Welcome back, Tarot fams. I'm Annabelle, tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. This is part 3 of my series this week. What does the king really think about this trip with Harry and Meghan coming back? So if you haven't watched part 1 and 2, go on over there. If you are a member, don't forget, you're going to get a bonus part 4 where we look at what Queen Elizabeth thinks about the whole situation as well. So we'll be right back. All right, Tarot fam. So this one might be a little bit longer, but I'm going to try and not take up too much of your time. As always, hit that like button right away. So we're jumping right in. What did Charles think about Archie when Archie was born? And then we're going to look about what he thinks right now. So what did he think about Archie when he was born? King of Swords, pleased with that Page of Cups. This is a guy who says, yes, this is great. We're expanding the royal family. We have more people in the line of succession. It's great. Terrific little baby. Fantastic. Expected reaction of any grandfather. What does he think about the Archie situation now that we have all of this evidence of weirdness? What does he think about the Archie situation now? 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 2 of Cups, 4 of Wands. I'm going to be honest. I think that King Charles would like to see this particular child return to the kingdom. Return to the kingdom. Now remember, the king actually has custody and dominion over the individuals in the line of succession. He can, and we discussed this when Queen Elizabeth was alive, that she could call for those kids to come back at any time. She didn't, because she was letting Harry figure it out. Faffo all day long. Had to come to America and Faffo. But King Charles would like to see this particular child return home. Why? 5 of Swords, King of Wands. It is far too dangerous out there, and we can equip him for a life. King Charles sees the lifetime of this child here in America is going to be very rocky. And I agree, because nobody cares that this kid's a prince of the realm, a prince of the blood. No one cares about that. But people that are ill-intended, that want to get a hold of the money, a hold of the power, a hold of the clout, they want to warm their hands near the royal family, or they want to use this for financial benefit. And I'm talking about kidnappers and all kinds of people like that, ransomers, whatnot. So I think King Charles does feel that the outer world, outside of the microculture of the royal family, is absolutely a place where this kid does not belong. So I think that King Charles would like to see this child returned to the fold and put in a safer position. Is he requesting to meet with Archie on this trip? Because I do think that Harry is going to bring Archie. I think Archie's going to get trotted out. I think Meghan is either going to stay behind with Lily or hide out with Lily, and they're going to say, like, oh, she got a cold, she picked something up on the plane, oh, she can't come, somebody has COVID. Like, there's going to be some story. So what is Charles saying in the moment to that team about meeting Archie? 8 of Pentacles. Don't put that kid to work. 7 of Wands. It's going to cause too much conflict. Wait until later. You have to learn, Harry. Learn from the experience that you've had and you've been complaining about for the last 8 years. Just saying. He is expressing in some way to Harry, you're doing exactly the same thing that you claimed was damaging to you. So that's that. Don't do it. Keep the kid under wraps. You started it. Don't start trotting the kid out at Invictus. What did King Charles think about Lily when she was born? Three of Cups. Oh, joy. And they did it. They did it. That Tower card in reverse. Something life-changing that they did. Something world-changing that they did. And Charles was happy about it. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, King of Swords. I do think, Milo Stephanopoulos, is that his name? Milo Stephanopoulos? I think it is. He's a conservative political figure. He's gay. And he posted up on X the other day that he did some research and he's come to a conclusion. One or both of the children are via surrogate. I think she was pregnant with Archie. I think she looked pregnant in the Oprah video with Lily, but I don't know if she was. I think there was some lab work going on, and I think that Charles may know about that lab work and may be very happy that it worked out in the end because they were trying. The alleged miscarriage and all of that stuff. And I've told you guys, I had a miscarriage before I had Angus, and I was pregnant very quickly after, and I was at an advanced age. I was 28. So I don't think that is impossible. It's unusual, but impossible. I don't think it's impossible. His initial feelings about Lily was, oh, good, it worked. It worked. What about his feelings now? What about his feelings now? How does he feel about Lily now? Knight of Wands, Fool in reverse, Emperor, and Strength in reverse. I think that Charles does consider her blood, but there is a bit of space between him and that child. It feels foreign. But both of the psychic read that I'm getting is that both of the kids feel a little bit foreign and a little bit off from him. And that could be the distance. That could be lack of familiarity because he really hasn't spent much time with Lily. But he feels a little bit differently about her. She's pretty and adorable. And I'm like, what kid is not? But he feels a little bit different in terms of connectivity with her. And I think he does chalk that up to some distance. Is it the distance? 9 of Pentacles and Judgment. I think he wants to have her near him so he can kind of feel it out as well. So he can kind of see how that feels to be around this little girl. And if there are any mannerisms, like the strange thing, like a lot of women in my family have the same handwriting. We make M's the same way. It's really weird. And there are certain things that we do that are similar. And we see that with twins and siblings that have been separated, parents and kids that have been separated. We see that there's some commonalities of behavior, posture, conduct, the way they act. And I think that King Charles wants to see if there are any remnants of anyone that he knows from his family in this child. He wants to see that. This is a little bit experimental. So what is Charles recommending in terms of safety for both of the children to come in? I am getting full blown that he was like, stay at Buckingham Palace, stay at this other residence. I guess St. James is coming to mind. I keep hearing St. James. The 3 of Pentacles, he does not want other security forces in charge of those kids. He really wants those kids to be protected and cared for by their security. and not the Met Police. Oddly enough, he wants them in the building where the building is secured. And there's a resistance of Harry and Meghan both to be trapped in a castle. They don't want to be trapped in a castle, God forbid. They feel like Harry and Meghan feel like everything is going to be bugged. The phones are going to be bugged. The rooms are going to be bugged. They're going to be listening in on them. They can't be themselves there. And that's why they don't want to stay on royal grounds. King Charles, wants them to stay on royal grounds because he does not trust the security that they're going to import with themselves now, especially because Ravika said, we're still going to do the bespoke thing, but it's when you're on royal grounds. Like, that's what we're giving you, kid. So very, very interesting. Charles, in conclusion, I think feels very protective over these children, but he also wants to see what the deal is with them. He wants to see them in action. He wants to see their parents in action. He wants to see the nannies in action. He wants to see if there is any evidence of Lily being an actual family member. I do think that perhaps he's already kind of seen some of Harry and Archie, some of the same behaviors, but I think this is a big test. Is Charles testing the children? Eight of Cups. He wants to connect with them emotionally as well. He does not have a great connection with them emotionally, and he would like to connect with them in a more personal manner. He doesn't want the formality of the Zoom call or whatever. Zoom calls. But I feel bad for King Charles in this, guys, because I know my parents adore all of their grandchildren, and they light up when they see them, and my in-laws light up when they see their grandchildren. I know friends of mine that are grandparents already. They say there's nothing like it. There's nothing like having a grandkid. I don't know. I'm not ready. My kids are still too young. 18 and 21 is too young to have kids, unless it's medieval. But, I think that he really wants to meet these children and wants to understand more about how their experience is going. And will he get to see that? Time is going to tell. We're going to see. So thank you for watching the series. If you're a member, don't forget that you're going to get a Queen Elizabeth version as well. If you're not a member, consider becoming a member or just enjoy this 3-part series. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget, tonight, Wednesday, 9 p.m., Barney and I are doing Love in the End Times, where we take questions from you guys and we take them apart. We also talk about men are bad and women are bad, and we talk about some of the bad behavior of celebrities out there and the good behavior. And we may even have a little feature in the middle, some celebrities that we really put under the microscope. So, but it's all about helping you guys heal and form good relationships in your interpersonal actions. So I hope you'll join us. Barney's really fun. He's a little bit different from me, but he's really fun. And until then, I will see you guys in the future.